Chad Bauer from the Rockford Rivets joins me. Chad, what's going on today?
Oh, day before opening day, not much. I think I'll just grab a couple of cocktails and do a little sunbathing this afternoon. I don't know.
There you go. So let's talk about this. I actually had somebody text me last night and ask, are the Rivets playing baseball? And the answer is yes, you are, correct?
Absolutely, we are. How about that?
That's huge. That's a big deal, and it'll be fun for people to be able to watch some baseball.
Absolutely. I mean, I think we're probably, I think we're one of the only teams in the whole state playing.
Wow.
At our level. The minor league teams aren't going to be playing. Major League Baseball is not starting until later in the month if they ever get started at all. So,
well, what's the plan? So is tomorrow opening day then?
Tomorrow is opening day.
Wow.
We open at game time 6 o'clock and moved up the game times a little bit, but game time 6 o'clock, and we're able to put about roughly 1,200 people in the stadium. That's it. We have to be socially distanced. The emphasis on hand washing, that kind of thing. So,
what's the setup going to be for people coming out to the games?
Well, you'll come into the stadium, and as you enter, many of us are accustomed to these 6-foot lines these days. So we'll have the 6-foot lines outside, and you'll come into the stadium, and as you enter, you'll go to your seats, and the seating will be spaced out 6 feet. So if you have a group of, let's say you and your family come out to the game, you got 4 seats. You'll get in 4 seats, and the 3 seats next to you on one side will be empty. The seat along the aisle will be empty. The seat in front of you will be empty, and the seat behind you will be empty.
Oh, wow. All right. So there'll be plenty of room around you to have space for you and your family. And then concessions and everything will be open?
Concessions will be open, and one of the things we're going to try this year, and it'll be interesting to see how it works out, but we're going to try to do more wait staff in the seats. So if you want food, wave us down, and we'll get an order from you. We'll take your order. We'll take your payment. We'll get the food out to you and bring it to your seat.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of the game plan, because we're trying to cut down on the long lines at the concession areas.
Right.
Because long lines are frowned upon these days.
Yes, they are. Now, what kind of concessions will be? I know you always got good food out there at the ballpark. So what kind of food you got going on this year?
Oh, we got your ballpark standards, your burgers, brats, dogs, chicken sandwich. Then we got your cheese curds, whichever one likes. The chicken strip basket's another favorite. You got your pretzel balls. Obviously, we got beer. Got to have beer.
Well, I mean, that's a given. You got to have it. So, who will the Rivets be playing this season then?
Well, this year it's a little different. So what happened was, because of this whole COVID thing, the league looked at things, and whatever markets were able to kind of go with putting their teams together, we went. So they all started out in North Dakota. 3 teams were playing out there. We are actually playing 5 other teams from Wisconsin.
Okay.
So we've got La Crosse, Wisconsin Rapids, Wausau, Green Bay, and Fond du Lac. Those are the teams that fit into what we call a pod.
All right, and I'm talking to Chad Bauer, the GM from the Rockford Rivets. And normally in a Rivets season, I mean, you guys are basically playing just about every day. What's the season going to look like this year?
Yeah, we're going to play about 48 games in about 52 days.
Wow.
So we're going to start starting tomorrow night. We'll be cranking out games, and I think we got 1 day off in July, and I think there's 2 days off in August.
So plenty of games for people to come out and check out, and the players, where are they coming from?
We got a lot of big players this year. We got the rosters on all these teams this year are more stacked because a lot of college summer leagues bowed out. We've got some serious ball players there this year. I mean, I was told our starting 5, there's no pitcher in our starting 5 that doesn't go over 90 miles per hour velocity.
Nice. That is awesome. And any special promotions going on this season?
Well, we're working on those yet. We just got the go-ahead about 2 weeks ago that we could do this. So we're going to probably be announcing the promotions. I got to get through opening day first. We have a lot to do to set the stadium up, and I got about 20 interns out there running around and trying to herd the cats.
Definitely. Now, if people want to find out, the schedule, when the games are, getting tickets and all that stuff, where's the best place they can look for that on the internet?
RockfordRivets.com.
And I've got Chad Bauer, the GM from the Rockford Rivets, joining me. Season kicks off tomorrow at Rivets Stadium, but on Saturday, the 4th of July. Isn't it awesome to have the 4th of July on a Saturday, Chad?
Yeah, I kind of like that.
It's nice because we've had it during the week for so long, and you got to work, the day before, you got to work the day after, and hopefully a lot of people get Friday off too. As part of the holiday. So Saturday, you got to celebrate the 4th of July, and people were bummed out because, the Rockford, the city of Rockford fireworks downtown got canceled this year. So, but you guys are stepping up and you're having a celebration on the 4th of July.
Yeah, after we got the go-ahead for the baseball season, I had a conversation with Mayor Jerry in Loves Park, and I'm like, what if we could figure out a way to put fireworks out here on the 4th? And he's like, gosh, if you can do it, that'd be awesome. So we went and talked to some people and decided, let's do a fireworks show on the 4th. The big drawback is, usually the city pays for this stuff, or the taxpayers pay for it. Now we need help paying for it, and so the way to do that is to charge tickets to watch it.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of opportunities to go out and see fireworks without traveling really far. So to be able to do it locally, and hopefully people can come out and support you. And first of all, before we get into all that, your fireworks are well known in the area, and you guys always put on an incredible display whenever you've had them.
Yeah, well, just imagine that show and it being probably 5 or 6 times more expensive and 3 times longer than what it normally is.
See, but you gotta blow stuff up when you're talking about the 4th of July. I mean, you got to get it going well. So,
this show won't disappoint. I can tell you that.
And it definitely won't. So obviously, you mentioned it. You need some support. So we need people to go out there and watch it. And so, how can people go out and see the 4th of July fireworks at Rivets Stadium?
Yeah, there's 2 ways you can do this. One, you can just buy tickets, come in the stadium. It's a $12 ticket to come inside the stadium. We get you seats in the stadium. It's free parking when you do that. And, you can have a good night in the stadium. We'll have concessions and going in the stadium like normal. We'll probably do a DJ, tinkering with the idea of a band. We'll see where we're at. If we fill the place up, we might throw a band in there. So we're looking at that. The other option is we've talked to the Park District, the YMCA, Costco. We have got parking spaces available in all those parking lots. And for $25 for a carload, you'll get a parking space. You'll get a space behind you to sit in your lawn chairs, have your cooler of snacks, and you can sit around and watch. And we have the socially distance, of course, so the parking spaces next to each vehicle, they're going to be empty. So basically imagine every other parking space being filled with a car and a seating area behind it.
Yeah, and I know whenever I've gone anywhere to watch fireworks, you're cramped. You have your little spot on your blanket, and that's it. And if it folds up a little bit, you lose that little 2 feet of area. So to be able to spread out a little bit and be able to bring the family is nice too.
Yeah, I think it works out good, and especially in the environment we're in right now. Fortunately for us, we've got a lot of parking at the ballpark. The Park District over at ISC has a lot of parking, and the sight lines there are great for this fireworks show. The YMCA has a lot of parking available to them. So, there's a lot of great places to view this without being on top of each other. And inside the stadium, we're following the same policy we're doing for the baseball games. We got, roughly about a 1,200 person capacity, and it's going to be spaced out. People are going to be spaced out in there. So part of the thing with the health department was we had to do this safely. We ran a plan by them. And because we were able to socially distance during this thing, they said, let's do this, and let's try to get some normalcy back in our lives.
I'm talking to Chad Bauer, the GM from the Rockford Rivets, and it's nice because you can go into the stadium, you have your own concessions there, and you have an up-close look, or, if you want to be a little bit farther back, bring your own cooler, there's plenty of lots in the area, and you have that opportunity too.
Correct.
And so the main thing that we want to focus on here is not only for the 4th of July, but also for Rivets games is purchasing your tickets in advance because there's a limited number, correct?
Correct. I mean, our capacity at our stadiums, 3,500 plus. So we're looking at, and that's without standing room taken into account. So So seating wise, it's 3,500 plus. So we had to reduce all the way down to roughly 20, near 20% of what we could normally fit into a place if we really wanted to fill it. So we're looking at that, and you got to get your tickets earlier. You could be left out. And even with this fireworks thing, we really want people to buy their tickets before noon on Friday, because we need to organize these lots. They want Park District, everybody, we all want to know what we're going to be dealing with on Saturday as far as traffic goes. Gates open at 7, so we've spread things out long enough. Fireworks will probably go off somewhere around, 9:30-ish,
okay,
give or take, once it gets dark, of course. But getting advanced ticket sales is the way to go. And I mean, I can tell you our lot by the ballpark is filling up fast, nearly full. We've started sales in the other lots. So things are moving pretty fast. Tickets inside the stadium, we still have some availability there. So I'd encourage people to call our office or go online at rockfordrivets.com and get your tickets.
All right, so besides the tickets to get into the stadium, also the parking lots, you can buy those tickets in advance also?
Correct. We want those tickets sold in advance as well, so that we know how many cars we got in a lot, and we know exactly what our availability is, so we can map it out.
Very, very good. Well, Chad, thanks for taking the time. Anything else we need to cover about the 4th of July and the Rivets season coming up?
Well, if you want to see a great fireworks show, I'm telling you, this one's going to be off the charts. It's probably going to be something bigger and badder than anything you've ever seen in your life. Our guy brings it pretty hard, and I've got some people who've stepped forward and want to help us out with it too. So it's going to be pretty wicked.
Very, very cool. Chad Bauer from the GM from the Rockford Rivets. Thank you so much. Always great talking to you, Chad. And good luck with the season and the 4th of July.
Yeah, thanks, Double T. See you at the ballpark.